Hello friends, welcome to part 10 of the React Hook series. In this series, we are going to learn about a very good hook known as the useCallback hook, which is used a lot for performance optimization. So performance optimization, what in React generally you might have seen all the functions get re-rendered when something changes. So this is not optimized solution in production application, and this is actually a very good question for a product based company which asked how you optimize your React solution. So what is this? So okay, something else opened. Where is my use callback? So we will come to use callback a bit later. Before that, we will see the earlier technique by which we used to do this performance optimization and the issue in that, and then we will come back to use callback. So let's get started. This is my app which is running from yesterday, the yesterday's class, so which still have data fetching. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new component here known as parent comp.js. Let me open it, and RAFCE, my snippet. And as you might have get, I am getting this snippet from this awesome extension. So you should also install from this DSG and you get that snippet skeleton. So whenever you can get a skeleton, so it is telling that whatever it is there and all these things. So RAFCE gives me a very good functional component. Okay, so that's how it is there. So it is there like this, and let me also import it. Parent comp. I don't want that data fetching anymore, so let me remove it. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll have state here, const, and how to get a state in a functional component. Use state hook. Set age equal to use state. Let's have 22 here. Const salary, comma, set salary equal to use state. Oh, sometimes these things happen with Amit. Okay, I forgot the equal to also. Use state and 22,000, and then after that I will have 3 components here. Okay, so they are title count and button component. So let us create those. Let us create those through our front terminal. cd src components. Okay, clear. And now I will use the command touch, and I will create 3. One is title.js, one is count.js, the last one is button.js. Okay, so I did it. Control J, close it, and all 3 are created: title, button, and count. Let us have something here. RAFCE, save it. RAFCE, save it. RAFCE, tab, save it. Okay, now after that, here I will have all those 3 title. It got auto imported because I pressed the enter, or you can press the control space also in something. Then let me have count, enter. We'll pass some props to the count. Button, enter. Yeah, those get there. Again the count, and again the button. Okay, so let us pass some props to them, because this title will not have anything, but all of this will have props. So count will have text equal to age, and count equal to our age state variable. Okay, and then button. Okay, I don't why I'm using this button. Button, why? Oh, so that's the issue. Sometimes weird things happen with the keyboard. Okay, and then here it will have a handle click. This is a prop. Okay, so handle click is a prop, which is it is not on click. See, it is handle click. See, this is we are going to pass from the button component handle click, and here increment age, a function which we are soon going to create. So let me copy this, because the same thing will be here also in button. So button, it is there, and this is increment age, and this is increment salary, and the count is, let me do the count text will be, as you might have guessed, salary, and this one is also salary. Now this is done. Let's but we are not using the prop city. We'll come back to that. Increment age is not defined. Yeah. So this increment age, okay, this is not increment age, so this will be a different function. Salary, it will be increment salary. Okay, so let's create those two functions, and we're then done with this component. Const increment age, arrow function. When we call this, then we'll call the set age plus 1. Okay, similar to that increment salary is set salary plus 1. Salary plus 1, not 1, because salary doesn't increase by 1. Salary increases by something more, by maybe 1000 rupees, or maybe in India generally 5000 rupees. So this is there, so no error is there, but we are not seeing also anything. Let me see. Yeah, the copy. Yeah, so let's go to the title. So the title, first have a console log, because this is very important. This is how we will see which component getting rendered. So console log is there. So rendering title. Okay, so then h2 use callback hook. Just this is the title, use callback hook. And we got this use callback. We are not getting any props here, so as you can see we are not getting any props here. So then after that, this button, and which props we are getting here in the button? Text and age, text and count, text and not in button. Let's first create this count, text and count. So we are destructuring it, text comma count. Okay, so then after that, here clg template string rendering count component with dollar, and this I want to give the text, whatever text it is rendering with. So text we will know, and then this div here we'll give the text and the count. So this is the count component. Okay, so age 22, salary 22,000. So it is coming, and we will open the console log also. Yeah, let me increase the font size here. Okay, and then the button, I think I should increase this also. Button will have, see, this handle click, and you might have guessed this is having this children props also, or else how we will show it. So the button is having not this handle click, comma children props also it is getting, and then clg I have to press tab, then only it is the clg in tab, rendering button then children. Okay, the children will write, let it be button on click equal to this handle click, which is getting passed. So this is a callback function. This is a common way for passing props from children to parent back. Okay, and this is a very common pattern in React. Children. Okay, let me save it. Two buttons are there, and let me open also this console. Let me make it a bit big. Okay, so let me refresh it. When I refresh it, everything gets loaded, means from title, count, age, count component loads, then button component loads, then count component, and then button. This gets loaded 2 times because, yeah, according to this it's get loaded. Okay, but let me remove it. But when I increment age, then also everything gets rendered. So everything should not get rendered. At least that increment salary, this should not get rendered. Okay, rendering component with salary, rendering button. So this should not get rendered. Count and button should not get rendered because I didn't change it. Okay, similarly when I click on salary, the age should not render. So this is a very huge performance issue in most React projects. So, and in production scenario, this is not what is expected. So the way to fix it is to use a memo thing in all of them. React memo, it's a higher order component in all this. We have to do that. So let's go back and use that higher order component. Higher order component generally wraps a component. So This is like that connect higher order component from the famous connect from Redux. So react dot memo we have to do, and then title, and then the same things we are doing react dot memo, so we don't have to import it anyways. So count button, okay. Now see closely, okay, and I refresh, everything gets loaded, okay. And now when I increment salary, so this increment salary and increment age I have clicked, so that button got rendered, and increment salary also got rendered, but a less button got rendered, means the count didn't got rendered, and all those things didn't got rendered, means count component with age got rendered and the increment age got rendered and the salary button, but a count of salary, there was one more thing which you might have got, count of salary didn't got rendered. In fact, this should also have not got rendered, but we will come back to that. Increment salary, so salary again, button is getting rendered. So what is the problem with that button? So the problem with the button is that it is using a callback function. So memo works when in simple components which doesn't have a callback. See, we are having a callback, as I told you that we are passing the data from this children to parent. On click we are giving this handle click, this handle click is coming back here, handle click, and this is how callback function works, and it is in fact calling a function. So how to fix it? Let us go back to the callback definition again. So what is this? Use callback is a hook that returns a memoized version of the callback function that only changes with the dependencies have changed. It is useful in passing callback to optimize child company that rely on the reference equality to prevent unnecessary run. So reference equality. So here the reference is working. This works because of a reference of a function. So use that memo function fails in these conditions. So for that we have to use the use callback hook. So it's very easy. Let me go to the parent component, and beside the user state we'll have, so this is for a special case where memo doesn't work. We should know use callback. Use callback we'll do like this, and then what we are going to do, this function increment age function which is there, we have to wrap it, means with this. So increment age use callback is there, and it is starting from here and it is ending here, okay. Similarly use callback is here, starting here, we are wrapping everything, and ending here, okay. But we have to pass what it depends on. This is something similar to use effect only, okay. That empty array, which in array we can give the reference like this in use effect, okay. So not this, yeah. So this depends on age, so I'll give age, and this depends on salary, I'll give salary. So let me save it, let me do a refresh, and refresh it, everything got rendered the first time. Increment age, only the count component for age, count for age, and increment button of age, it is getting rendered, okay. Increment salary, only this is getting salary. So this is how we get an optimized app, and this is a very important thing in everywhere, means in production environment, and a very important interview question in React, that use memo and use callback they are going to ask in interviews like Uber and everything, okay. So let's wrap this, and I will see you soon.